Hey there. My name's Cody Birch, and I want to bring you up to speed on what's been going on in my entrepreneur business. If you followed me on YouTube for a while, you may know that I've been through some ups and downs and some awesome victories and a couple setbacks as well. So I just want to kind of bring you up to speed and share with you how we got where we are right now. So it all started in 2017 is when I quit my job that I had. I was like the marketing director for a company that was kind of like a coaching company. And we did marketing for ourselves, and I did the marketing for some other people as well, some of our coaching clients. And I quit that job on the theory that I could help more people with their marketing. And that was true. So I got into doing launch management, Facebook ads, funnel building, email marketing, that kind of thing. Like most entrepreneurial journeys in the beginning, it was very small and very slow. And then luckily, I had some quick success. And within about 6 to 9 months, was doing pretty well with my online business, helping other people launch their stuff. So I just really got the funnels and Facebook ads part dialed in. But I wasn't really scaling. And so I was making good money, but I was spending most of it on coaching and masterminds and programs and travel and trying to figure my life out. And the next year in 2018, I turned that into a digital business, like an expert based business. I wanted to take what I was doing that was working well with the coaching clients and the done for you stuff and turn it into a course and a methodology. So I did a beta group in February and I got a bunch of people to join for free to give me feedback on this course. Then I spent a ton of money, like $3,500, which at the time felt like $3,500,000 to get that launched and going. And I built this full course, and then I tried to launch it with a webinar, but I didn't have an email list. So I launched it to pretty much nobody. I ran ads for a week. I got leads for like $8, $9, and I got about 36 people for $500 to sign up for the webinar. 8 showed up and none stayed till the offer. None bought on the replay, and really nothing worked. And so I was really disappointed. Went back to the agency stuff and kept that going, but I knew that I was onto something. I knew that if I could figure out a way to scale with a course or a membership site or my methodology or my intellectual property, that I could make it work. And so I turned that failed course launch into a book called The 1 Hour Funnel. I turned the book into a live event called the 1 Hour Funnel Live, and that happened in 2019. So in 2019, I got into hosting live events. I still had the agency stuff, and then I wanted to try to get a high ticket group coaching program done. And so I did that via a live event. So people flew into Denver. I had about 30 to 35 people fly into Denver. I live in Colorado Springs, about an hour north of here, to come to those first events and to learn what I was doing with online marketing and how I was making funnels work and getting people to join my email list and getting people to make sales. And I was sharing what my best, most successful clients were doing. And then I launched a high ticket coaching program, which was great. I think 9 people joined that first round. I did it again 6 months later in December of 2019, and a few more people joined. And I'm going to put a pin in that because there was somebody that joined in December that became my top coaching client. Well, as you know, a few months later, COVID shut everything down, couldn't do live events anymore. And I really leaned into teaching online workshops, doing virtual events, and that worked pretty well. And this one coaching client that signed up in December 2019, they were really growing their business a lot quickly. So they did a virtual summit. They got tens of thousands of people to a virtual summit. They were doing just really different things. And really, maybe you can relate. We all probably have our favorite coaching client or our favorite client. They were my favorite client, and they kept renewing, and it kept working and kept working. And so the business continued along, pretty much had flatlined. It wasn't really growing quickly, but it also wasn't shrinking. And I was able to navigate the choppy waters of the shutdown without a lot of impact on my business. And then that favorite coaching client, they brought me out for some in-person consulting in May of 2022. So now about 2 full years later, they brought me out to talk to their marketing department. They were growing a ton, part from some of the stuff we were doing, but part because they had a great product market fit, awesome team, great visionary leadership, stuff like that. They brought me out to do some marketing, and they had always joked, like, we want to hire you if you ever would be up for it. And at that time, I was kind of at a crossroads in the business. It was May 2022, didn't quite know how to go to the next level. And so went out to their offices. They're out of state, in a different state. And sure enough, one thing led to another. And we started to talk about what it would be like for me to shut down the whole business and go work with them. So then I did it. I said, yes, let's go do that. Shut down the old business, offboarded agency clients, shut down the one-on-one coaching, closed down the membership, turned off the Facebook ads, and shut everything down to go work for them and be their marketing director. And I stayed here in the basement in Colorado. I didn't have to move to a different state. And that dream job didn't work out. It only lasted 6 months, and I was let go right before Christmas in 2022. But there's another important thing you need to know. For some reason, in January of 2022, I decided I would send a daily story-based email to my email list. And even when I got that job 6 months later, right, it started in June of 2022, I still kept sending that daily email. Now I turned off the ads spigot, so no more people were joining my email list, but I just kept going and thought, well, I'll just write it out through the end of the year. And that way I can say, be kind of a cool resume thing to say that I've sent a daily email every day for a year. And little did I know that that job wouldn't work out and I'd be let go in December. And then I was looking around this, metaphorical ash heap of the old business that I had, saying, well, what do I have? I don't have any members anymore. I don't have any recurring revenue coming in. I don't have any coaching clients. I don't have any private clients, but I do have this really engaged email list that I've been emailing every day at that point for 12 months. And so got through the month of December. I don't want to just brush over it. It was difficult to lose a job at any point. But with 3 kids and a wife and all those things, it was not like, oh, it was no big deal. I picked myself up by the bootstraps and got going the next day. Took me a few weeks to clear my head. And when January 2023 rolled around, I decided to rebuild the online business part. And so the first thing I did was I hosted a workshop on how to do email marketing, because I said, hey, I've done a lot of things. I've done launches, I've done funnels, I've done upsells and order bumps and all those things. But one thing I haven't ever taught you is how I'm doing my email and how I write a daily story-based email and the big impact that's made on my business. So that's what I did. I taught a workshop. A few dozen people signed up, and there were 2 people that came to the workshop. Actually, one didn't even come. She bought the workshop but didn't attend and said, hey, can you just do this for me? Can you just write my welcome series or write a sales series? And that was the silver lining of that initial workshop, to say, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could continue to do my own email marketing, and maybe I could do email marketing for other people. And I didn't call them this at the time, but VIP days were launched. I started just doing what I started to call VIP days, where I would write your emails, I'd set up your Facebook ads and your funnels. And that got me through the first 6 months of 2023 as I built the business back. It added quite a bit of stability. It added no scale. Like, you can't scale VIP days. There's only so many days in a month, and there's only so much you can charge before people will stop buying them. But I decided to host another live event now that we were back in 2023. Did a live event in May. 12 people came. I remember being so disappointed that I could only get 12 people into a room, but they were 12 of the right people. I remembered what one of my mentors said, that the people that show up to the live event are the right people, and you can't help people that aren't there. So I did my thing at the live event. I offered a coaching program there as well, a 6-month coaching program. 9 of the 12 people that were the right people bought the coaching program, which provided some stability and some scale. So now I had the VIP days that I was going to start to wind down as I started to grow this coaching side of the business. Well, it all hit ahead in June or July of 2023. I was doing way too many VIP days because I wanted people to buy that coaching program. I included a VIP day pretty much for free if they'd commit to 6 months of coaching. Well, I thought that some would book their day in July and some in June and some in August, September, October, but they all wanted their VIP days as fast as possible. So by June or July of 2023, I was pretty much just doing VIP days. I did like 11 in a month, which is a lot, right? There's only 20 working days. Plus it was the summer, plus the kids were home, plus we wanted to travel. And so I remember thinking this won't work. Like, I can't grow the kind of business or live the lifestyle I want to live if it's all set up this way. So I kept sending a daily email now, but then I launched a paid, like a coaching week. I don't know what you'd call it, but a paid boot camp to show a lot of people at once how to automate their list building. Because a lot of my VIP days were people hiring me. At the time, I was charging like $2,500 or $3,000, having them, they wanted me to help them set up their ads machine, basically, like turn on their list building machine, in some cases, write their lead magnet, make the opt-in page, make the welcome series, stuff like that. So I thought, I'll just teach a bunch of people at once. And so I hosted a thing called the Laid Back List Builder Bootcamp. 100 people on the dot signed up, not 101, not 99. I thought that was kind of cool. I got to 100 people because I'd never really done anything that was that scalable or that leveraged. And so all of a sudden I had 100 people that wanted to learn how to automate their list building. I got that sorted out. We had a lot of fun together. And then I opened the doors to a thing called the Laid Back Business Accelerator, which was an 8-week group coaching program. Now, unlike the first time when I had spent all that money making a course and then trying to sell it, I flipped it. And I didn't make it until I had sold it. And so that led to a pretty busy September, October of 2023, because I had to continue fulfilling on VIP days. I was trying to wind down, and I had to build this Laid Back Business Accelerator that 30 people had just bought. I sold it for $1,000. So that was a pretty good cash injection in the moment, to have the 100 folks in the boot camp and then 30 join the 8 or 10 week, whatever it was, 8 or 10 weeks group coaching program then. And the point of that accelerator was to help people build what I was calling a laid back online business, to help them automate their list building, to help them have offers that are aligned, easy to sell, easy to fulfill, and then have a really engaged email list. That was the whole point of what the accelerator would do, is we'd work together to build the infrastructure or the scaffolding for you to be able to have a more leveraged business where you can do more of what you love without it feeling like work. That was the whole point. Okay. So that went really well. Honestly, I've made a bunch of stuff. I never made anything that effective, that many people showed up to the live calls, and that many people stayed, and that many people got results, and that many people were so grateful for what we had made. And at the end, I said, hey, if you want to keep this going, let's do a membership. You can keep paying monthly. I think those founding members paid $79 a month, and most of them stayed. I think 22 out of 30 stayed in that membership, which was awesome. So that was November of 2023. So 11 months back, I had now done a live event and a group coaching program and a lot of VIP days. And I had this 8-week cohort thing. And now I had a membership with 20 people paying $80 a month. And it was going pretty great. In 2024, I now had a lot of clarity. It's like, all right, let's just try this again. So I did that same boot camp into the accelerator, into a back-end membership over and over and over again. I did it in January. It worked pretty much the same as it did in September. I did it in March. It worked pretty much the same as it did in January and the previous September. I mixed it up a bit in July, but it still worked pretty much the same way. Did it again in September, and it worked pretty much the same way. And now I've had about 150 people go through that coaching cohort thing. I changed the name from Accelerator to Launchpad last September, but just it's an 8-week thing to help people build the foundation of what I would call a laid back business, right? Get them to the first launch, get them to their automated list building machine, all that stuff. And it's gone pretty well. Now, I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. That's pretty much it. The accelerator, the boot camp, the back-end membership. Now that membership has like, I don't know, 50 to 70 paying members. I forget how many people are paying, because I have a coaching program as well. And if you're in the coaching program, you get the membership. So there's like 110 people in the group, but they're not all paying that monthly fee. But that's gone really well. And people are ascending out of that into the coaching program. And that's gone really well as well. So kind of breezed over that part. Still got the mastermind / coaching program, which has 28 people in it at the moment. And that's gone really well as well. But I want to tell you one more thing, because that's kind of what this YouTube channel is about now. It's about email. Over the years, like building a laid back business has worked great in the last 2 years. And I still do that. Like that's still part of how I'm known in the marketplace and what a lot of people come to me for. They say, my business is overwhelming. I'm not making the offers I want to make. Traffic feels hard. Fulfillment feels hard. There's something I'm doing that's not working well in the business. And I fix that with the laid back business type programs, either the membership, the coaching program, the accelerator. That's what that does. That's the problem that solves. But at the cornerstone, at the foundation of my whole resurgence on the internet has been an engaged email list. And so I've just been thinking all of 2024, what would that look like? What would a membership look like to help people win with email? And what does even winning with email look like? And I got to thinking, and pace around my house and just kind of, toss a tennis ball back and forth. Like, where are people stuck? Why don't they do this? Is it they don't know how? So it's kind of a skills issue. Is it that they do know what their emails should be about, but they don't know how to stay consistent? So is it a consistency issue? Is it that people don't even know what to say in their email? So it's like a clarity issue. What's going on that I can help them with? And I just kept thinking, what would that look like? Where are people stuck? How can I get it fixed? And here's what I came up with. This was probably last like October 2024. I thought people aren't winning with email for 3 reasons. Number one, their email list is stale, stagnant, or shrinking. So it's like either not growing, or you're not reaching out to them, or people are leaving. Like more people leave than come onto your list. That's a problem. I want to fix that problem. The second thing is that people don't know what the emails should be about. And so they never find a cadence or a rhythm to settle into. And so that means their emails are inconsistent and there's not a lot of clarity or strategy behind why you would send email in the first place. And the third problem is, how do I start to turn my list of subscribers into buyers? So I sat there and thought, well, this is kind of 3 problems. We need to, if I can help them automate their list building, that fixes that problem. You'll always have more people on your list than the day before. If I can help people keep their list engaged with stories, which is my favorite way to do it, like I'm telling you a story right now, then your list will continue to open and click your emails. You become what I call a character in their inbox. So we solve that problem. And the third thing is, how do we sell with campaigns? And when I say campaign, I mean it has a start date and an end date and a goal, and that's it. So if you have a start date and an end date and a goal, then you have a campaign. And what's the cadence? What's the rhythm? Is it every month? Is it every quarter? Is it twice a year? Is it 3 times a year? Is it every 12 times a year? How often do we do campaigns? And so I was just thinking, what's the best way to solve that problem? How can I help a lot of people have the same amount of success that I've had with email over the years? How can I help them have that same success? And Email School was born. So now I run a membership called Email School, among the other things. Everything else I just said is still there. The laid back business stuff is still there, but a cornerstone of building a laid back business is getting your email sorted out. So in Email School, the membership that I now operate, it's available at codybirch.com/email. Go check it out if you want to become a member. And I help them solve those three biggest problems. And so now I don't know what the future holds necessarily, but that's the trajectory I'm on. I've got hundreds of people in Email School. I'd love to do an email-based event, maybe an email-focused mastermind. We'll see. But it opens the door to so many other awesome parts of your business that I know that the most profitable 7 to 10 minutes of my day is when I send that daily email. Now I've just entered into year 4. So it's been since January 2022, all of 2022, 23, and 24, and now going into 2025, I'm still sending a daily email. It's still the best part of my day. My email list has grown. It doubles roughly every 6 months, and maybe even faster with some new strategies I'm pulling back the curtain on this YouTube channel. So if you want to see what's the journey like and what am I doing to grow my list, I'm going to be recording more content around that, maybe doing some more live streams like this, or just uploading more kind of behind the scenes videos with how I'm thinking through how to grow my email list and keep them engaged and sell with campaigns, how I'm growing Email School to have hundreds or thousands of members in it to help more and more and more people win with email. And if you're a course creator, membership site owner, coach, or consultant, and you think that sounds like something you'd benefit from, then I recommend you go check it out. There's some really great, helpful resources in there. I've got email campaigns you can swipe and deploy. My automated list building machine that is a thing you bolt onto your business that keeps adding subscribers every day, whether you're working on it or not, which is pretty nice. And then a whole bank of story ideas and different hooks you can use for your campaigns. It's all in there. So that's how we got where we are now. This laid back lifestyle business that I'm growing has now turned into a handful of memberships, quite a bit of recurring revenue, a lot of stability, an email list that's growing as fast as I want it to grow, and having a lot of fun. So thanks for checking out this video. Now you're up to speed on what I've been doing, how I'm growing, how I'm working, the highs and the lows and the setbacks and the victories, and what's up next. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.